Okay, so welcome back, dear students. So we were continuing our discussion on the topic of hydrostatics, and in the last session we discussed about hydrostatic forces developing on a plane surface. So we discussed how to find out for a plane surface, how to find out the pressure intensity, how to find out the point where the pressure force will be acting as a whole. We termed it as center of pressure, and for the depth we denoted as HCP, and we found out the relation for HCP so that we can find out what will be the point of force of action for the pressure forces. So we found out in the last class that HCP is equal to H bar plus your ICG for that particular section of plane, ICG sine square theta by H bar multiplied by area of that plane. We discussed about various conditions that might develop, such as if the plane is inclined, is horizontal, is if it's taken to a significant depth, and what if it's taken to a very huge depth. We considered it as infinite depth, and we discussed various points. Now in today's session we will be focusing our discussion for the hydrostatic force determination for vertical surfaces. So what will be the case when we are considering vertical surfaces? So first of all, theta here will turn out to be 90 degrees, and as the theta turns out to be 90 degrees, since the plane is vertical, this HCP bar value, it comes out to be H bar plus ICG for that particular plane, whatever the plane may be, by H bar times area of that plane. So this is the formula for vertical surfaces. Now why I am discussing separately is because here we will be discussing some of the very common vertical surfaces, and again the point of discussion will be about remembering the various values of moment of inertia about center of gravity, so that we can find out the various different values. Also, for some specific cases we need to revise that what will be the area for that particular surface. So let us start with the first one. So first we have a rectangular surface. So I am drawing, this is a free surface of fluid, this is your rectangular surface. I request all of you to please take out your notebooks and draw along with me. So this is your particular plane, vertical plane. Okay. Now in this, the depth of or the height of this plane is d, the width is small b. Okay, and this is your first case of rectangular plane. Minded that all of these planes are vertical, and in case there is an inclination, so we can account theta and we can use the original formula and we can put in the values directly there. So next what we need to do, we need to find out different values. So here area is b into d, quite simple. Your h bar is d by 2. Now to make you remind what was h bar was the location of center of gravity. So as we know, for this rectangular surface the center of gravity will be somewhere in the middle, and this distance will be d by 2. So we are taking this distance as h bar as d by 2. Now the ICG value, that is moment of inertia about center of gravity for this rectangular plane, is BD cube by 12. So you need to remember this value. You need to remember this value, okay? In fact, all the three values we need to remember. And with this, we can put in the values directly in the formula obtained. Okay. So now moving on to the next case. In the next case, we have a triangular plane. Please draw these drawings and specific values accordingly and parallelly along with me. So second one is our triangular plane. So in triangular plane, there are two conditions. In the first condition is that base is along the free surface. Okay. Now let us quickly draw the construction for this. So this is your triangular plane. And this is your free surface. Okay. Now let us quickly denote various values. So this B is your width of the base, and again D is the depth. Now this center of gravity, this lies here somewhere, okay, and this depth is D by 3. Okay. So with this we can quickly write down the various values. Here A will be BD by 2. Next H bar value will be D by 3. We are calculating the value of H bar from the free surface. The ICG value in this case is BD cube by 36. Okay. So these are some of your values. Next, for another case, let us write it as the third case. In this, we again have a triangular section. In this case, base is away from the free surface. Okay. So let me draw this construction for this. Please draw it along with me. And here lies your free surface. So this is your free surface, and we can quickly write down with the various values. Okay, and your CG will be somewhere here. Now this CG, this time again similarly we have to calculate it from the free surface. So your CG turns out to be 2D by 3. The H bar turns out to be 2D by 3. So let us quickly write down the various values. A is your again same BD by 2. H bar is 2D by 3, and your value of ICG is BD cube by 36. Quite simple. Now we need to remember as per what is the question. So accordingly we need to put in the different values there. So next, the fourth one, we have a circular plane. Okay, so in the case of circular plane, this is somehow it will look like then this is your free surface. Somewhere here will be your center of gravity. The radius of the circle is capital R. So we can write down various values. Area, it will be pi r square. The h bar, the distance from the free surface, will be equals to the radius. The ICG value will be equal to pi r to the power 4 by 4. So many of us might have forgotten this value. So here it is to quickly revise, and I request all of you write it down along with me and try to memorize all these values. It will be very helpful while solving the problems. We can find out these values by calculating as per the question, but it is much more beneficial if we remember these values, so that we save our time. And these type of questions have been famous even in the GATE exams, and it will be covered in your university semester papers as well. So this is your semicircle. Somewhere here your CG will be lying. This radius is capital R. So here this ICG line, it is at a distance from the base, it is at a distance of 4r by 3 pi. Okay, now remember that we need to find out the h bar value from the free surface. So your h bar value will be r minus 4r by 3 pi, and ICG value in this case will be equal to 0.1097 multiplied r to the power 4. Okay. So I hope you have noted this down. Let us move on to the next one. For more plane surfaces, you can recommend any I'll recommend any standard book. So next we have elliptical plane. So in this case, this is somehow your elliptical plane might look like, and there might be questions in minds. Many of you will be having a question that sir, where is the application of this? what we are studying. So for the application part, uh, these most of these concepts we generally use while calculating and while designing the various gates on hydraulic structures. So at those places, these calculations play a very significant role, and if you do any mistake, then your entire hydraulic structure, that particular gates or any other segments that you need to calculate area for, might not be very safe and it might fail. Okay, so that's why it is very important. Now here, area for these given dimensions will be pi AB, the h bar depth will be small b, and the ICG value will be equals to pi AB cube by 4. Okay, so pi AB cube by 4, this is what we need to remember. Now for the last one for this discussion, I am taking an example of a semi elliptical plane. Okay, so in this semi elliptical plane, let us draw it first. Somewhere here your center of gravity will be lying. So the dimensions remain the same, and we can find out the various different values associated. Here the value of A will be half pi AB by 2. The value of h bar, that is this value, will be equal to B minus 4B by 3 pi. B minus 4B by 3 pi, and the value of ICG will be equal to 0.1097 AB cube. Okay, so there is a slight difference between the circular plane analysis and elliptical plane analysis, and a lot of similarities too. So keep a note of it and mark it. Okay, so I hope you have drawn and written all of these things. So that's all for this lecture. A quick revision and recap on today's session. We discussed about various vertical planes and what are the various values that are associated, and most importantly we need to remember these three values. Next we discussed about triangular plane, what are the various values. Okay, so next we discussed about triangular plate with base away from the free surface, and these were the values obtained. Circular plane, so for circular plane, what's the center of gravity, moment of inertia about center of gravity, where is the location and all. For semicircular plane, okay, next for elliptical plane and semi elliptical plane. So that's all for today's session. In the next lecture, we will be starting our discussion on how to calculate the hydrostatic forces on curved surfaces. Okay, so far we have discussed about only about plane surfaces. Our next area of interest will be curved surfaces, and along with that we will be solving some of the problems with using these concepts, so that we understand how to apply and what might be some of the situations where we need to do some math. Okay, so that's all. See you in the next one.